So again, congratulations, JP, for hopping in and grabbing another 10 ticks this evening right after opening up your charts. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Daryl Martin. I'm with ApexInvesting.com, and this is the first webinar of the Sniper Trading Bootcamp. And we talk about be the sniper or be the target, and you have to make the choice. You're one or the other, and if you don't know, you're probably the target, right? As always, you got to put disclosures up. You know, trading anything involves risk. You got to decide what's for you, know what you're doing before you do it, etc. Okay? When are we doing the Sniper Trading Bootcamp? We are doing it right now through December 4th. So you get to hop in, see if it's for you, and trade it for free. And our goal is that we desire for you to be profitable during the free time. We already have had traders doing it really well. What I'd like to show you is if you haven't signed up for the bootcamp and you're not an Apex member, you can just click right here to learn more. It'll pop it up with the video and the sign up button. And then you just click sign up for free bootcamp. You can see what people have already been saying about it and, you know, learn a little bit more. But that video up here at the top will tell you everything you need to know. So please make sure you watch that. It'll help out a lot. It'll eliminate a lot of confusion. If you're already an Apex member, you're going to hop in. You're going to see this right here. So click here to activate bootcamp. When you click that, it's going to take you back here. Click on the green button, and then you'll click on home and go back to apexinvesting.net. So, and then once you've signed up, you'll see click here to access bootcamp, and that will take you right into bootcamp. Okay? So on the sniper page right there. So again, make sure you go back to apexinvesting.net after you've signed up as a member to do that. Or if you're not a member, just as soon as you log in, you'll see Access Bootcamp. And we'll come back to the website here in a moment. But that is how to sign up. Okay? Again, I want to welcome everybody. I hope that everybody who's already started is enjoying it bootcamp. I've seen nothing but positive comments already. I want to say if you're not in the elite room, you're missing out. Like you are clearly, like, I mean, you have no idea how much you're missing out. And you know, we had yesterday morning, we got 5 out of 5 trades. We're profitable just in the first hour and a half of trading. And then we got 3 more this morning, and we went on pause whenever Trump spoke, which was good because it got choppy. We warned everybody about chop yesterday too, and those who listened did well. And then we got 1 more trade, so we got 4 out of 4 today, which was, you know, pretty exciting. Like I said, a lot of people have been saying a lot of good things about bootcamp. So, you know, if you want to hop over to the page, you can see just some of the many comments. I've been here. Gary says, I've been here a long time. Apex tools and systems are the best. The latest sniper setups are awesome. Newbie or experienced, the sniper series is for you. Ken talked about loving the simplicity of the setups. Ron got his first trade. Ovidio knocking it out of the park. Christopher Wall finished the course. Lives up to the hype. Absolutely his favorite course so far. Ron signed up early in the morning and was already taking trades that same day, so it didn't take forever. This is great. I'm not signed up already, or if you've not signed up already, missing out, Stephanie says. Night Owl, this was really a big compliment. He said, my daughter and her best friend are 30 years old. They're interested in learning the trade. This appears to be perfect for someone that's truly wanting to learn from the ground up. It's perfect for me too because he has trading experience. So whether you're brand new or, you know, you've been trading for a while, this course is made literally to walk you step by step through everything. And I mean, it literally just goes on and on and on. You know, we were trading in the morning. You know, Greg's like, hey, I'm 3-0 before 10 a.m. Done for the day. OV Forex got 14 ticks profit on that trade. And, you know, another 15 ticks, same target. So that was awesome, very helpful. Because we're actually in the room. Me and Lori are in the room giving commentary as the trades happen in the morning. Marion, another $50 profit. And you see Brad, yep, I got it. David got it. Ovi got it. Jay Watts, Big Jake, Little Palm, Phoenix Rising, Whitehead. You know, Jeff, I mean, multiple people got it. You know, Jay Watt says, hey, 4 for 4. And we got more people again. Another $50. Got 12 ticks. Got 11 ticks on that one. Got 10 on that one. And we are going to go for more than 10 ticks. But this is where we're starting out. Okay? So, again, we're starting with that. Let me do something real quick for some homework. Or not homework. I need to silence my Ninja because I'm getting all of these alerts. So give me 1 second here. If I can find it. There it is. If I just click on that one. That way I won't keep hearing all these alerts and want to go trade in the middle of the webinar. So, anyway, so things are going great, and I appreciate everybody who's already hopped in and trusted us and taken the time to go through the course. What are we going to cover? We're going to go through some quick review and tips. We're going to talk about Sniper Trading Setup 1 and sort of do a quick overview of that, and then also go back and just look at some charts on it. We're going to talk about what order flow is versus what order prints is. A lot of people think that it's the same thing. It is not the same thing, and I'm going to show you why and why it's so important, the difference between order prints and order flow. I'm also going to go into money management and why that's important, some things that people really can miss, and what is next. So some tips. Make sure that you watch the entire training course in the order it was built. It was built this way for a reason, okay? So a lot of people going in, they're like, hey, it's not working on NT8. It's like, well, because the video course said use NT7, or my templates aren't showing up because they haven't updated to the latest toolkit. So, make sure that you do that and that you do watch those videos. They're short. Even if you think you already know them, there's little things in there that will help you out, such as showing you how to set up your templates, how to set up your charts. Don't put 125 days on your charts. Only put 10. How to set up the diagnostic bars. All these little things that you need to be aware of are covered in there. If you had issues setting up NinjaTrader, I know we got a few tickets in, and NinjaTrader updated their link on us and didn't tell us. And so we updated the link in there. So did anybody have an issue installing NinjaTrader 7? Did that come up at all? Okay, so currently an issue. So if you are having issues with that, let us know, and we have people on right now that can help you out, okay? But one of the things that we did is under this setting up section, we updated this link. Now you may have to hit like refresh in order to get the updated link, but it should be taking you directly. The link that it should be taking you to is ninjatrader.com/LP/vendor demo. So Damien, I'm sure, Ben or Gabe or somebody can hop on and they can help you out with that. Okay. Now, if you're running Ninja 8, I'm going to talk about Ninja 8 as well. So, but before I get into that, install NT7. Okay, so you're going to want to, by the way, you can run NT7 and NT8 at the same time. You can't install them while one is open, but if you close both down or close one down, you can install both of them and you can actually open both of them at the same time. And you just get a separate data feed for free, like we show you inside of video 1. After you've opened it, put in your instrument, set it to the right session template, saved it, closed it, then you can install the toolkit. If you install the toolkit before installing Ninja 8 or Ninja 7 and opening it, then you won't have it. If you get a ticket like you have too many machines registered, just submit a help desk ticket. We can reset that really quick for you. We can actually do it right now on the webinar if you're on here. And under the account section, there's a whole part that says submit a help desk ticket. So please make sure to use those help desk tickets. Don't get stuck and struggling and frustrated. Trading is hard enough without getting stuck on tech issues. Let us help you. Like I talked about, this is already for brand new and experienced traders. And the room, by the way, when you're opening the Hotcom room, if you don't know how to do that to get inside of our trading room, just go in here, go to access the room, click on this, and it will open the room. It takes a minute or so for it to connect. So just give it a minute or so to connect. Ninja can take a minute to load the chart. Just give it a minute or so. The desktop assistant, or the DA as we call it, for the scanner can take a minute when you first install it for all the data to start flowing. Once things are open, they go very, very fast. They're just doing a lot of processing in the background, okay? And if you're, trading Nadex, you're going to want to have the scanner up as well. Another issue that came up is some people didn't quite understand on OP. We upload the data on order prints for you once a week. This is more for if you want to come in and you want to back test and you don't have order prints data already. This will overwrite your order prints data. So if you already have data for order prints, you're not going to want to put this on because it'll erase all your data from like Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Okay. But every Friday we'll put a new file up here so that way you can get that, or if you lost your information, you can, reload it, that type thing. Okay. Um, and then let's see, Ninja Trader 8 is coming soon. We are working on it. We have a whole team of programmers working on it. There's not an ETA. Some people are like, well, can I just wait till after that? And I'm like, well, you could, but you won't get the free trial. And why would you want to wait? I mean, think about, what is your goal in trading? Is your goal in trading to make money or to use a certain platform or a certain version? I mean, if your goal is something more than to make money, then you're going to be really distracted. And how is that working out for you? So load Ninja Trader 7 up. You can load NT8 up as well if you want to. And when we get NT8, you'll get free access to the upgrade as an elite member. Okay? But, don't let a version hold you back from, being profitable. So, I've seen people like, well, I won't trade because I won't trade on that because I have a Mac. I'm like, well, use, Bootcamp or, whatever it's called. But, just don't let a computer hold you back. Don't let a version hold you back. Okay? And then NQ Walls indicator. We just uploaded a new indicator called NQ Walls if you download the latest toolkit. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But in summary, what it does is the walls, the levels that me and Lori, Jason, Richard all put together on NASDAQ that are very, very important levels, it automatically, instead of you having to go in and literally physically draw them all, it'll automatically draw them for you. And it'll draw them all the way out. Let me show you just one quick example. See this cyan line right here? Okay, it'll draw this level for you. And we actually saw earlier in the day when we were trading on it, that it came like right to, multiple times, came like right to the level and bounced off of it. And there is, a setup 2. We're not talking about setup 2 tonight, but there is a trapped order with a paw, with an exhaustion box, right off of a level. Great trade to take, right? So, they're going to be your most important levels along with your 60 and 240 minute charts, which we talk about, of course, in the training and in the room. Let's see here. Like I said, we'll talk a lot more about the walls indicator on Thursday. But the coolest thing is you don't have to go in now and manually literally spend about 45 minutes drawing all those levels. You just load the NQ walls indicator. It's actually built into the template now. So if you just reload the template, it'll put it on there for you. Or you can right click on the chart. I'll show you. On the chart, you go to indicators. And you'll see down here, there's an indicator called, once I get to it, NQ walls. And you just double click that to add it on. Okay? So real simple, real easy. And we're getting all those levels updated right now. I think most of them are actually already updated. They update on themselves if you leave Ninja open for an hour. Or if you restart Ninja, they update instantly. So we don't change them too often. But if we do change them, they'll auto update on their own for you. Okay? Let's see. Big tip also is get everything up before the market is open. If you start at 9:30, then it's 9:45, 10 o'clock, and you may have missed out on 2 or 3 trades. Okay? So, make sure you just hop on there and get everything ready. If you can, I know some of y'all can't be in the elite room because you have day jobs, and that's totally understandable. I became a full-time trader when I had a day job and I traded at night, and there are plenty of trades at night. And you're welcome to still hop inside the elite room and converse with other traders in the evening, okay? So, I'm looking at the elite room right now, and there's over 50 people just hanging out in the elite room at this very moment. So you can always hop inside the elite room, and I guarantee if you start asking questions and hopping in there on a regular basis, other people will start replying and being there with you. So we made sure that you've signed up and you got access to everything. One thing I want to ask you about is we try to keep our cost as low as possible. Just 4 trades, 4 scalp trades, not even talking about the big trades. 4 scalp trades, which, we've accomplished both days, just in the morning there. So pays for the entire thing for the month, okay? But we try to keep our cost really low, and the best way that we can do that is if you spread the word. If you think that this is a good course, that you're benefiting from it, somebody else who can, please let them know. Maybe a friend, maybe a relative, a coworker, and it makes it easier when you have somebody else who knows what you're doing and you're learning with them. We have a Facebook group. A lot of y'all don't know about the Facebook group. I'll throw the link in there, but let me get rid of any private messages here. And in our Facebook group, you get first notice to any content, webinars, things like that, all go inside the Facebook group. Okay? So make sure that you do that. Let me see if I can open a window to. There we. That's not what I want. Hold on. I may have copied it like 3 times. But that last one should work. There we go. And also, you can just search it if you just go in and type in Apex Investing. And we'll be like the 3rd link down right there. And that's the Facebook group. You can join that. And again, you get first access to everything. Okay? So make sure you join that. You can follow us on Facebook on our public page. And, we share events. We share some of the videos on the public page as well. And all you got to do is, quick like. I do recommend you quick follow. And, you can say see first. And you can say, that way you turn the highlights on, the notifications on. That way you'll know when we post something new. Otherwise, it just gets lost in your feed. Okay? So let's see here. So we got that knocked out. And the page, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/ApexInvesting. And again, referring versus us spending a ton of money on advertising really helps keep the cost low for you. So, and I prefer to work off referrals anyway, because I think that is the best way, especially in finances. People, if somebody refers something to you, they actually believe in it. All right, let's get started. So you ought to know by now, if you started taking the courses, is the 7 steps to, this is such a tongue twister, 7 steps to sniper trading setups. So what you want to do is you want to identify the target. Like, what are you looking for, right? You want to identify the pattern and know what pattern has to be set up. Identify any obstructions, like reasons why you might not or should not take the trade. We had one of those today in the room. Somebody was about to hop in a trade, and one person already did, and I'm like, no, don't take that trade because it violates this rule. It's an obstruction, and they wish they wouldn't have. And we told people the last 2 days when to stop, and they're glad they did because the markets got choppy right after that. So it's one of the benefits of being inside the room. Identified the entry. So exactly at what price should you be getting in at? Where should you get out at? And this is really important because I noticed in the room today, some people were just like leaving it on for 10 ticks. And I'm like, hey, if you got a good fill, 10 ticks is fine. If you got like a bad fill and it went like a few ticks against you, remember the goal is 10 ticks from the high or low of the bar. So you want to adjust your take profit from that high or low of that bar, okay? To be literally 10 ticks away from it. And I'll show you some examples. Identify cover. So where should you start protecting? And then identify the opportunity. When can you let a trade run? Okay? And, trades like I called out last Friday, I called out one that made over $600. So we had a signal that, did really well as well. Our Nadex signals are rocking it. So that is, the basic 7 steps right there for any setup that we teach you. And everything we're doing right now, by the way, is focused on 10 tick bars on NASDAQ. Okay? Can this be done on other markets? Yes, I actually showed some examples in the room today of oil and how it can be done on that. But my challenge to you, whether it can be done on pound or whether it can be done on oil or gold or Dow or whatever, my challenge to you is to focus on Bootcamp, on NASDAQ. This is what we do day in and day out on the 10 tick bars. At the end of Bootcamp, I'm going to dive more in. Like I think the 6th webinar, I'm going to dive into different markets and different bar sizes. Okay? Grant, by the way, congratulations. He just said he just took an Xbox trapped order right now and took profit. So way to go. That is fantastic. Way to go, Grant. So setup 1. We got a triple dipper is what we call it because it looks like 3 ice cream cones on top of each other. It's really the Apex logo with like a yellow, orange, green, like get ready, get set, go. But you need to have all 3 of them there. And we're looking to see if expected volume is greater than 75% or if it's less than 75%. I prefer it to be like when it's less, like a little bit less. I personally don't like it when it's only like 20 or 30% because then it just really doesn't tell you much. But greater than 75%, we have one set of rules. Less than 75%, we have a different set of rules. We had several of these happen today right at the end of the market close. And I'll show you those. So first, we'll do some chart review, and then again, I'll pull up the live chart just from today and show you as well. So this big, complicated-looking thing doesn't have to be complex, all right? You got 3 dots. That's all you're looking for. If you can identify 3 dots, then you've identified the target, Okay. When you get those three dots and when volume, which is this blue area, is greater than this black line, which is 75%. Okay. So when again volume is greater than the lower black line there, that's 75%. The yellow is 100%, and the upper line is 125%. Okay, and people use different things in different ways. For this, we're just looking at the 75% line. Okay, so when you got the three dots, the triple dipper, and volume is greater than 75%, then if the next bar reverses, okay, which means you can go ahead because we have a thing called a range indicator, and that range indicator will actually tell you at what price the next bar will reverse. Okay, it makes it really easy for you. And I'll show you, let me just pull a chart over so you can see that. But yeah, see, we got a triple dipper right now, like literally live right now at this moment. So, and there's the 10 tick trade that Grant just said that he took and made profit on. So way to go, Grant. That's fantastic. So triple dipper potentially forming at this moment. Now it's a less than 75% trade, but notice if this was a greater than 75% trade, I would know where the bar is going to reverse at 82.4475. Okay. And I can set my entry right there. So again, triple dipper, volume greater than 75%. Then if the bar reverses, go ahead and I'd put my order in right away. Have it ready to go. Okay. So I'd have a take profit set right there. Or not a take profit, an entry set right there, right above where that reversal bar would have to close to start a new bar. And then I would scout for 10 ticks. By the way, my stop would be right below the low of the reversal bar. That's a long triple dipper. A short triple dipper works pretty much the same way. You got three triple dippers right there. Notice I have a triple dipper here, but the bar didn't reverse. Got a triple dipper here. The next bar did reverse, and volume was greater than 75%. So I'm going to wait for the bar to reverse after that. I'm going to have my entry order waiting. I'm going to put my stop up here. I'm going to take my profit 10 ticks later. That's it. Okay, so that is the triple dipper, long setup, short setup. Now there is also if volume is less than 75%. Okay, so if I got a triple dipper and volume is less than that black line, it may be a little hard to see on the screen, but the blue is lower than the black line. Okay, then when this bar closes down, this triple dipper bar closes down and volume is less than 75%, I just hop in right away. So like one tick below the low of that bar right there, I'm hopping in. And I set my stop 7 ticks away. And I set a take profit for 15 ticks, which is the top of the bar. Okay? So, and that is a less than 75% triple dipper. Okay? Pretty simple. And by the way, this trade right here has a little lower win percentage, more of a 50-50, 60-40 type. But it makes twice as much when it wins 15 ticks versus only loses 7. So it more than makes up for it. Okay? If we look for a short triple dipper, I got 3 of these dots right here. Okay? 3 little, dippers, right? And closes up, volume's less than 75%. What do? I hop in, I go short. I always go the opposite direction of the triple dipper. And I'm going to set my stop at 7 ticks up once I get in. And I set my take profit 15 ticks down. All right, so let me breathe for a second and ask, does anybody have a question on the triple dippers? Or does everybody got that? Yes, that is correct. The triple we have right now, so we can bring it up. Bring it like live, right? So the triple we have right now, let me just zoom in so you can really see it. Okay. So we got our 3 dots. And we're less than 75%. Right? So on this one, you'd go short. You'd be short literally right here at 29, like a tick above. So 29.49 on the trade with a 7 tick stop. And you'd be shooting pretty much for the bottom of this bar, which we were only like 2 ticks away from. So if it closes on down here, then that would be a profitable trade down there at 29.4625. Okay? So just does that trade real quick make sense? And then I'll answer some of the other questions. So the entry on the 75% is immediate. So if it's less than 75%, you're immediately going to go the opposite direction of that bar's close. okay? Whether you're long or short. But if it's greater than 75%, then that bar has to completely reverse before you enter. Because what will happen is greater than 75%, it'll just keep going, like right here, kept going, right? So, let's see here. So I think that answers John's question. So if more than 75%, it's still valid. It's just you have to wait on the reversal bar to close to get in. If it's less than 75%, you enter right away. Do you have ATMs? Yes, you can set up another ATM if you want to. You just got to remember to switch it. So if you want to set up like a 7 and 15, you can set it up, or you can just use the 20 and 10 and adjust it. So, but yeah, I show you how to set up a basic ATM, and you can always set up another ATM. So why 29.49? Because the high of this bar was 29.48.75. So that bar has to close. So for it to actually close and not just oscillate, then I would actually need it to go one more tick. So a tick above, and then I'm selling. Okay? They only work with diagnostic bar charts. You could use bars, or you could use candles, but they only work with diagnostic bar charts, which is, we actually teach you that in the course, and we teach you exactly how to set that up. It's part of the toolkit. It's a unique bar type that we've designed, and that pulls all the tick value tick by tick. Let's see if expected volume is more. Okay, it has to actually have to go 7 ticks against your entry, so it hasn't went 7 ticks against the entry. Can you use this to trade NADEX? Yes, you can use it to trade. I'm going to tell you up front, you can use it to trade touch brackets on NADEX, okay? I will teach you about binaries and spreads on webinar 6. But right now, it doesn't matter, because what I don't want is spreads and binaries have a lot of complication to them. Touch brackets don't. Just choose the lowest touch bracket. You're good to go. But spreads and binaries have a lot more complexity to them. And if you don't identify the setups, and you can't do that just a blink of an eye, how in the world are you going to do that and then go and look through all these different contracts? So I want you to, the whole idea of Bootcamp is to master, okay, the setups. And then we can apply it to different types of exotic options and things like that. And I actually suggest you trade it on the demo on futures, even if you want to trade NetX to begin with, just so you can get used to the execution of everything. But yeah, it's really simple, and if you just go through the video, I actually take about 20 minutes explaining it, and I go through a whole lot more chart examples of the triple dipper, okay? And I go really slow inside the course. On the touch brackets, yeah, you could actually, like, let's say this was your entry. You could set a stop. You could use a stop trigger for 7 ticks above, and you could set a take profit for 15 ticks below. Or you could use the new OCO orders, where you could set a stop and a take profit. Or you could use the first triggers OCOs, where you say, if it hits this price, get me in. If it hits this price, stop me out. If it hits this price, take my profit. So you can use our advanced ticket types that you can't do anywhere else on, like, there's nowhere else you can do OCO orders, trailing stop orders, first triggers orders, things like that, but you can do that on the scanner for free. Let's see here. John, if the expected volume is more than 75% on the 3-dip bar, but is less than that, yeah, either way, it's still an entry. It's just your entry is different. If it's less than 75%, your entry is right away. If it's more than 75%, you have to have a reversal bar. Let's see here. Next thing. And by the way, like I said, if this is new to you, make sure that you go and you watch the course, because I have a whole section right here. I have a couple things that you need to pay attention to. I got a cheat sheet, which makes life a lot easier, where you can actually print out the PDF, okay? And even at one that you can download and pin to your desktop. So this little cheat sheet right here, like, I tell people to pin this to their desktop with a pin program. And let's see here. Well, I have it closed right now. But they pin it to the top, and it has the summary of the rules, okay? But right here, I spend 18 minutes just on this one trade. And I go step by step, really slow on it to make sure that you get it. Okay, so make sure you watch the setup videos. This is a summary, highlight, Q&A type of webinar. These videos were made to make sure, ideally at least in one, if not two go rounds, you can get it down. Okay? All right, so again, identify any obstructions. Is it less than 75% or greater than 75%? Because that will let you know what rules you follow. You're always going to go the opposite direction of the triple dipper. If it's less than 75%, enter a tick above or below the triple dipper bar. If it's greater than 75%, enter a tick above or below the reversal bar after the triple dipper. So identify your exits. 15 ticks from the low of the entry bar. Okay? Is your take profit if it's less than 75%. 10 ticks from the close of the reversal bar is your take profit if it's greater than 75%. Your stop, you have a 7 tick stop on less than 75%. You have basically about a 20 tick stop on greater than 75%. Okay? Remember that these are primarily scalp only trades. I want to see if I had. Oh, here we go. On the triple dipper, I want to talk about cover because I jumped ahead of that. If it's less than 75%, protect your profit. Okay, at least don't let it become a losing trade. Like if you're up 10 ticks, either take the 10 ticks or move it to break even, but don't leave your stop all the way down there and risk 7 ticks when you have money on the table. Okay? So you could tighten it up. I mean, right now, you'd just be sort of oscillating around. So if we looked at this trade right now at the moment, we got a triple dipper. So somebody asked me to review the live trade that's happening at this moment. And the volume is less than 75%. So I would enter a tick above the high of this bar. I can try to make the bars a little. Whoa. Yeah, just with that line, it's the high is the flux pivot is on top of it. But the high of that bar, I'd go short right there. Okay. I'd have my stop 7 ticks, which basically would be pretty much where this, just a tick above this green over here. The green range would just be right above that. And then I'd be going short. And I'd be targeting 15 ticks, which is a tick above here. So 82, 46.25, so 82, 46.50. So technically, 15 ticks from my entry. I've already hit 82, 46.50. This trade has actually already won. So you should be out of this trade right now and have already locked in your 15 ticks of profit. I know these bars are really zoomed in because I'm trying to make it easier for you to see, but right there, you got in, you went short here, and there you go. Actually, sorry, 15 ticks would be down here. You're up 10 ticks now. So now, I'm sorry, because I jumped the gun. Now you'd move your stop at least to break even. Okay? So we're up 10 ticks right here, where we were, where I thought we were at take profit. You're at 10 ticks up. Move your stop from 7 ticks above to break even right where you got in. And now we're just waiting to see if it moves on down to 82, 44, 75. Or some of you are just going to be like, I can't wait. And you're going to take your 10 ticks. All right, let's see here. But yeah, you can trade this on Nadex using the touch brackets. So, and for 15 ticks, since we started a tick above, we literally just got to get to 82, 44, 50, which I think we did 82.45. So let's see, what was the low of that bar? 82.45. So it actually already hit its 15 ticks. That's live, not cherry picked, not looked over. Yeah, Ronald Pittman just said I just made 60 plus bucks on it there. So there you go, live trade won. That setup won. I could not have planned that any more perfectly. I mean, this is happening real time. Okay, so again, not cherry picked or anything like that. Is there anything different at night you should do with trading the system? No. These things seem to work around the clock pretty amazingly. So we just had 2 trades. We had setup 2, which was the Xbox with trapped order that went up, grabbed 10 ticks. And then we had the triple dipper with the 15 tick, and there we go. We went down. We got our 15 ticks. So just during the course of this webinar, 25 ticks have been made at $5 a tick. You're looking at a decent amount. $125. The entire thing costs $200 a month. Okay, so that's just while we've been talking. Not too shabby, right? So on this last trade, yeah, 82.49 because it's one tick above the high of this bar would have been your short. If the market already moved past 82.49 and you mean like it's higher, well, grab it for a better price. I mean, you want to sell as high as you can. If it's lower, then you got to be careful that you're not chasing a trade. I'd usually set my limit order right there because I don't want to chase the trade and take on more risk. So here's the thing is, if I watch this, stop messaging me, Cameron. If I watch this, I see a triple dipper coming. I see that I have to be zoomed. Notice, by the way, it helps a lot if you zoom out. I see it's less than 75%. I can have my order ready and waiting and just click a button to cancel the order. Okay? So it should be like, oh, it happened. Now I should put my order on. Or if this was a greater than 75%, I'd have my order waiting down here ready to go. Okay? Just like when I have an Xbox, with a trapped order, I put my order up there and I'm just ready to cancel it if the trapped order goes away. So if you want to add VAT-A or whatever else you want to add to the chart, you can add to the chart, but it's not part of any of the 5 setups. But you ought to be able to see the entries in advance. If we scroll back, see, we had a couple that happened, like I said, at the end of the day. So like right here, we're watching, boom, there's a triple dipper. Okay, so does everybody see that triple dipper on the right side of the chart? Okay, sweet. All right, so is volume greater than 75% or less than 75%? Okay, did the bar close down or up? Down. So since it's greater than 75% and the bar closed down, I would need to set my order above the next bar's reversal, right? So since it closed down, remember, I can fade it, but I got to wait for the next bar. So I got this bar that closed down with the triple dipper. The next bar has to close up for me to get in. Next bar closes up. Okay, so my order should be sitting a tick above this, right? Because there's a greatest 75%, so I wait on the reversal bar and I enter a tick above it. Okay, and now we're basically going to take profit in 2 ticks, which pretty much means 2 bars closing up. The volume, again, is the blue area. And is it greater than that lower black line or lower than that lower black line? So we're looking for greater. So the volume is the blue. So we put our entry here, and our stop would be where? Where would you place your stop? Nope, not 10, not 7. You put it right below the low of this bar. Okay, remember the 7 applies to the less than 75% triple dipper. So now let's see if we got in and if it went up 2 bars. Okay, so we got in. That's 5 ticks because we're on basically every bar from high to high is 5 ticks. Went up, boom. Trade took profit. That happened right at the end of the day. It's $50 just in your pocket. Okay? And then we go forward. We got another triple dipper. Everybody see that one? Can everybody see that next triple dipper? And again, this is just today. I'm not pulling things out in perfect screenshots. This is today at the close. So there's been 3 of them, like here in the that we can even look at. The live one that we saw just work, and then these last 2 that we will see. The previous one worked, and this one. So it's less than 75% or greater than 75%. It's less than 75%. So do I wait for the next bar to reverse, or do I hop in instantly on the first tick of the next bar? I hop in. So I'm going to put my entry like 1 tick below this bar to go long or short. The bar closed down. Am I buying or selling? bar closed down, so I'm going long. All right, I'm going to go the opposite direction of the triple dipper bar, okay? So let's see if we get filled. We got filled. And since this is 5 ticks from here to here, 5 ticks from here to here, and 5 ticks from here to here, the trade made 15 ticks. Y'all see it? And the stop would have been 7 ticks, which would have been about down here. I mean, that's the long. Yeah, exactly. Cha-ching. I mean, the 3 triple dippers that happened today right there, since the close, those 2 and that one, that's 30 ticks. That's, at $5 a pop, it's $150 in your pocket, not to mention the other trades. Okay, this is a complicated. If we get a reversal bar, and on that reversal bar, the volume closes, well, you're going to look at the volume of the triple dipper bar. Okay, so he's asking, what happens if on the reversal bar it drops down? Well, it's too late, because we've already we're already in. Right? So you're going to base it on the volume of the triple dipper bar. It's a good question. So he's basically saying, what happens if the volume changes on this bar? It's like, well, we're basing it on the volume of this bar, so it doesn't matter. So right now we use NinjaTrader 7. And we have our own toolkit, our own bars, our own setups. So this last one, the low there was 82.6875, so the entry would have been 82.6850 to go long. That is correct. TZ. All right, so, that's it. It's not that hard. Identify opportunity. These are scalp trades, okay? This first trade setup. The second one, we're going to teach you how to let them run more. But the triple dippers are, you go for the 10 or you go for the 15. Very few turn into runners. There are, of course, going to be exceptions, but don't let that exception distract you from the consistency of them being scalp trades. So if you haven't got your futures account set up, it's only $400 to fund a futures account. You can trade micros at like $50 in margin at 50 cents a tick if you want to. So, review these setups, get in the room, take them in demo and live, when you're ready. Identify the target, pattern, obstruction, entry, exit, cover, and opportunity. So memorize those 7 things. Print them out if you need to. Again, there is a manual that you can print out. All right. Yes, you can use this on mini NASDAQ, but I would recommend that you press the entry and exit buttons based on the main chart. Okay? So, because we're basing all this on volume and everything else, and so you want to use where the big boys are trading their volume. So when the entry would happen on NQ, then you could hit her on MNQ. When the exit would happen on NQ, then get out. A little bit more manual trading. So I usually tell people what to do is pull up a DOM. And have like the NASDAQ and then have the DOM to trade the mini NASDAQ to put in their orders. So, good question. John Walters asked, will the current sniper system be included in the elite membership after the trial period? Yes, it's included with silver and gold. And platinum. All 3. Yeah, new traders. DOM means depth of market. And you can open up a DOM, just going to file, new, and then static DOM. And it'll bring up like this right here. And then you can see the orders, and you can change. I don't have MNQ in here, but you can change to MNQ and have your chart up. For NQ here, choose MNQ here, and then you can place your orders based on this chart. That's the easiest, best way because, here's the reasons, because micro has a little bit of more bouncing around in it, so it's a better way to trade it there. All right, so order flow versus order platinum. What's platinum? That's like our everything, always, forever package. So past, present, future, everything. So if you want to know more about that, just let me know. Let's see here. What is the indicator called for triple dipper? There's actually 3 indicators in there, and they have to do with a unique coding of divergence and hidden divergence. So I think one of them is called like divergent. Hell, I mean, you can honestly just click on them. And they'll tell you. Like divergence detector warning icon and hidden divergence signal detector. So it has 3 different kinds of divergence built into it at one time. That's why we use them for trades to go the opposite direction. All right, so let's talk about order flow. Anybody seen order flow before? You ever seen a webinar on order flow or heard about order flow? I'm not talking about just ours, but other people's. Or the generic one like that's in NT8. Yeah, okay. So you're like, I got order flow already. It's free on NT8. Well, let's talk about that. Okay? Order flow itself is actually just numbers, right? So it's numbers of volume of what's happening on everything. Footprints really is just a lot of busy data that's unorganized. Okay? Pardon me. Order prints is a combination of order flow and footprints that's an organized information for a plan of action. And I'll show you the differences. Unlike indicators, using order flow and footprints and all that stuff gives you real-time volume and price information. Gives you insight to the market, but order prints specifically is a clarity tool to see where to enter, exit, stop, when there's chop, and when not to trade. And, you got naked blind bars that, well, it's easy to see if you look left, but it's really hard to see right now what to do. Here's order prints on Ninja. Just a bunch of information, a lot of numbers, but those numbers don't, even with the best training in the world, don't give you clarity. Or if you want to add every single stupid thing you can, this is literally order prints with all the little fun indicators that are out there. Okay, not making this up. By the way, this is only like 10 minutes of data. Do you feel confident looking at this to make decisions? Exactly, the matrix. Okay? Cluttered information with a lot of data is not power. It may look sort of pretty and, like new age modern art look, but yeah, DNA tables. Yeah, this is putting all the stuff that's out there together, okay? This is our chart. This is our order prints. And let me walk you through this. This is one of the examples. And it's actually one of the biggest running examples. That's trade 5. You don't get it a lot, but when you get it, you can see the market runs really far. But there's actually 9 trades on this chart. And that was a total accident. I just asked Lori to pull me an example of this one setup. When she did, I looked at it. I'm like, oh my gosh. So let's check this out. So one of the trades we got is what's called a star with a low volume score, which is a number under 13. With a zone of interest, which is one of these teal or purple levels, or with a crash, makes it even stronger. Then we buy right above the reversal bar to go long. See the bot right there, and as you can see, it turned into a nice long reversal, huge big trend, and ran up to a full deviation. Okay. So that right there, let's just say you just started off like we teach you the 10 tick scalps. Well, there's 10 ticks. Okay. And if we start following this chart, well, there's a triple dipper, okay? 20 ticks. There's a exhaustion box, 30 ticks. There's a triple dipper, 40 ticks. There's an exhaustion box with trapped order, which ended up, going around and around, but 50 ticks. Then we go over here, we're going... We got exhaustion box tracked order, so 60 ticks. Exhaustion box tracked order, 70 ticks. We're going. Oh, there's a tracked order there. 80 ticks. We're going. No setup. Triple dipper. 90 ticks. Oh, and then there's another one. 100 ticks. That's 100 ticks, and that is in 1 hour. Who would like to make 100 ticks in 1 hour? Now, I'm not trying to tell you that you're going to always make 100 ticks in an hour. But that's $500. And that's just using those setups. That is the difference between order prints and footprints and order flow. Clarity. Organized knowledge with a plan of action. That is the power that you want trading. That is your edge. And that's what the order prints is that we have. That's about what the training that we have in the sniper trading setups is about. But yeah, it's $500 in an hour, taking very clear. I mean, you don't. I mean, you already know the triple dippers. Like you see 3, you go the other way, boom. I mean, that's the trade. There's no guessing. There's no reading the market and having to become some Zen master. It's you can do it today. Um. So better than saline chickens. Uh, Magnifying glass. Okay, so order prints. They're sort of your magnifying glass into the market, but with clarity. So it's not just a list of numbers. There's a lot of formulas that go behind those symbols, and they're algorithms that we have worked together as a trading community. I don't go, hey, I made all this. So I own the company. I started it with a vision to actually just help my daughter learn how to trade when she was first being born. Um, I taught my 7-year-old, she's 13 now, she knows, taught my 7-year-old son these first 2 setups in 15 minutes the other day. But it grew into now helping other traders, and then now we all contribute. And we've really refined the formulas. Again, knowledge is not power. Organized knowledge with a plan of action is power. And that's a quote by Napoleon Hill. So Ron asked a good question. If my computer was off and I had no order prints, is there a way I can get missing order prints on my own? You can hop into the elite room and ask somebody to share their order prints file with you. Like once you're up and running and your data's flowing, and if you follow the steps on step 4, if somebody will zip that folder for you and send it to you and drop it in the elite room for you, then they can put it in there, and then you can get all the history. So I do that all the time. So I'll hop in and my computer was down. I had to restart Ninja or something. I'll ask, Lori or Greg or somebody, hey, can you send me your your folder? So really, it gets you the heartbeat of the market. It shows you, strength or exhaustion of the market. I mean, you can't see that in naked bars. This is like a sniper shooting, but at night. Imagine doing that without night vision goggles. That's how it's trading without having the clarity. We're driving in a snowstorm versus a clear day. Again, the clarity of order prints versus just numbers or naked bars. So, trading is all about getting an edge, all about stacking odds in your favor, and that's what order prints is about. So without order prints, you're literally losing, I hope you've seen, that you're literally losing one of your biggest edges that you can have in trading. And think about this. You're able to look at it and go, is the market trend strong or ready for a pullback? Well, triple dipper or divergence on oscillation detector. We talked about that today in the room. We're talking about that a lot more on Thursday. Is the trend exhausted? That's an Xbox. Are buyers and sellers trapped? That's a trapped Xbox, which is, that literally the last 9 trades we've taken in the room have been all trapped Xboxes. And we saw getting one tonight that Grant took. So, is there an interest at a level? That's the zones of interest, the ZOI crashes, the zones on bar befores, the NQ walls that you now have, the 6240 flux pivots that I teach you in video number 2 under setup. Are there weak areas like paw prints, mini magnets, low volume scores? Because those often will precede, the stars will precede reversals. If you don't know any of these things, how can you have any possible insider edge beyond just, well, when this indicator crosses that indicator, then I think, and how well is that? I've been there, I've done it, I've tried it. How well has that really worked for you? It didn't work well for me. So, what do y'all think? Should you be trading without order prints? Without that edge? Does it make sense to have that edge? Yeah, no. So why not try it? If you haven't tried it already, it's free. Hop in, try it. So with that, let's jump into money management. I know this is a long webinar, and I'm almost done. I'm sort of famous for, not famous, but known for having no problem talking for a long time. But the only person who can talk more than me, I think, is my son. But you've heard 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. And if you want to be part of that 10%, part of that is knowing when to stop. Not just stopping when you're down, but also this is the hard part, stopping when you're up. Okay? So, like David Chris was like, 6'3" is the fillet right here. You got to set a plan. You got to follow it. One thing you'll see a lot in the elite room is people say, I'm done. I'm up. I'm done. You may have saw that in some of the comments I was showing at the very beginning of the webinar. Okay? It's about the power of compounding. I'm not talking about cherry picking trades. I'm talking about the Apex 6-3 ratio. It is unlikely, I'm not saying impossible, but using this that you're going to suffer 6 net losses on a single instrument in a day. Meaning like you're down 6 trades in a row. Like total, a net 6 losses. If you are, then you should stop. It's not your day. Okay? It is likely, I'm not going to tell you that it will happen because compliance rules, but likely that you could be up 3 net. I mean, how many times have you been up $50 3 times in a day trading? Stop when you're up, okay? And we'll teach you how to go for more than 50, but I mean, if you could do that once, and you can do it repeatedly where you're getting 3, 3, 3, well, just learn to trade more contracts, not more trades. And that's just one of the biggest mistakes I see traders make. And we have a calculator in here. Can y'all still see my screen for the way, by the way? It shrunk everything else. So, even if you're a sniper, stop at 3. Yep. So if you go over here under the foundations where you got the 6-3, there's a calculator there. You pull it up. And we go in and we say, starting with, say, $4,000, 10 tick goal, $5 per tick. Okay? And it goes down and it tells you what happens. So, one contract, it actually gives you a plan. For the first 3 months, do one contract. Your account balance grows from 4,000. And by the way, we take out half of our profits every week. Okay? I don't care if you're up $500 or $200. Do an ACH withdrawal. Okay? Or if it's a lot of money, do a wire withdrawal if you want to. I do withdrawals almost every single week. I hope so. I hope I do. Most weeks I do. And I've proven that. I've shown my 1099s and everything else and shown my withdrawals in the past. But withdraw half your profit every week. You are supposed to get paid to trade. And if you can't take out money every week, okay, when it's small, you're definitely not going to do it when it's large. Don't let your ego take over. Like, how big is my account? Like, how big is my checking account? Not how big is my trading account. So it tells you one contract for the first 3 months. Your account balance, and taking out half your profits on a weekly thing, okay? That means you're taking out $2,000 per month, and you go from an account balance of 4 to 6,000, 8,000 to 10,000. This is just making $50 3 times a day, okay? Then it tells you starting in month 4, you can go to 2, okay? Contracts. And now you're taking out $4,000, and then then the next month, okay, so your total that you've taken out is $14,000. You go to 3 contracts. Again, just $150. So $50 3 times a day. $20,000 you get to take that you're up to. So take out 6. And then 5. And then I just stop at 7. I could keep it growing, okay? I just stop it at 7 contracts. So I don't get ridiculous on these numbers, okay? So if you did this, you'd go from 2,000, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000 to 28,000 in a month withdrawals, okay? And that's $194,000 in a year just trading 3 trades, $50 per trade, and stopping. Think about as a sniper, after they make a shot, their position sort of could be given away, right? And their important job is to, make the hit, make the kill. The second plan is to exit, to get away to safety. Make the kill and get away to safety and stop. Not to just keep firing away. Do y'all see the power of that? I mean, we're talking about a $4,000 account, 3 trades making $50 a day, turning into a $200,000 a year income. Is that settling in on anybody? As a wow? I don't got to trade all day. I don't have to go for massive profits all the time. Let me just be updating. Yeah. Let's say it was just half that. I have to check it. But let's say it's just half that. Who'd be okay with 100,000 in a year? Because you have obviously you're going to have some losing days and everything else, right? Or maybe you don't make 200. Maybe you make half that. So we're not talking about. I'm trying. Like I literally stopped it at 7, so it doesn't get ridiculous. So we'll just say you did 4 trades a day, just to figure out what's going on with that. But 4 trades a day, yeah, $200. A single contract. Okay? And you have access to the 6-3 calculator. We may need to double check that. So, John, if you can ask Cameron to double check it. But anyways, so, that's the 6-3 money management. Likely to be up 3, less likely to be down 6. And I know that's not perfect. It doesn't sound like risk reward that makes sense. It's about probabilities. Okay? We pretty much went over all that going into the calculator. So just not stopping till you're down or up. So most people, whether they're up or they're down, they keep going and they wish they would have stopped. I mean, how many times have you been up for the day and wish you would have stopped? And then, of course, how many times have you been down for the day and wish you would have stopped? Right? So this gives you a plan for stopping when you're up or down. So you have to have the mental fortitude before you start trading that day to control your emotions, despite how well things are going, okay, or how bad things are going, not to let them get worse. Don't let fear or greed or wanting more or to get back to break even or whatever it is, you're going to stop when you're up, and just follow that plan. And if you'll have a little patience and follow it, it's amazing how it really adds up. And a big part, again, withdrawing money. So, there's a lot to go in there. Like, I had this whole video on detail. I'm not going to waste all your time going through it all again, but, I mean, you got the big audit of it right there. But feel free, again, that 6-3 video is inside the Sniper Trading Foundation section. Again, if you think this is valuable, if you think you're getting a lot out of this training and the money management that we teach and the setups that we teach and the simplicity, and that you think other people could benefit, please refer friends, family, hop on Facebook, share our post, join our Facebook group if you haven't done so already. I'll approve you tonight. Follow us on Twitter. Just let other people know about it, because again, I try to keep my costs low and not have you must pay $5,000 and to get access to see if it works or not. I mean, we're giving this away to you for free right now to let you check it all out. So if you just let other people know about it, I mean, they're not having to pay anything either. So, what's next? Make sure that you are signed up for Bootcamp. Complete the training course, the entire thing. Be in the elite room. Get Ninja set up. By the way, if you get stuck, I saw a lot of people's tickets get solved on this webinar, okay? Don't be shy about submitting help desk tickets. I answer probably half of them myself, okay? If not more. But right here under the account tab, you'll see submit a help desk ticket. Submit a ticket. We will help you. Don't sit there frustrated, okay? Register for all the webinars if you haven't done so already. We have already 430 people, I think, signed up for Bootcamp, and GoToWebinar caps out at 1,000 people on the webinars that it allows, okay? So go ahead and register for all of them. Again, they're all listed. I don't know what that was, but they're all listed right here, like on the third button, and register for all 7 of them. Go ahead and get that done just so you reserve your spot. Demo the trade setups, get going live. Check out our signals. Every day this month has been profitable as well. On the Natick, we do Natick signals as well that I send out. And, we want you to be profitable. So, the summary, be the sniper or be the target. It's your choice. You got to make it. I hope to see you in the room tomorrow morning. And I hope to see you on the webinar Thursday, where we dive into walls and the levels, and we dive into setup 2, which is really the setup you're going to get more often than anything. So set your goals and own it. There is going to be a recording of the webinar. We will post it up. Yes. All right. Well, I kept that down to like an hour and 5 minutes. That's pretty impressive for me. All right. Well, did y'all enjoy this? Everybody get a lot out of it? Did y'all pick up a few little tips maybe that you didn't have before? Sweet, because I want to not just do these 7. I want to keep doing stuff like this actively. So, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for taking your time again and trusting us, and trusting me with your time. And I look forward to, like I said, just having more fun with y'all and knocking it out of the park. Y'all have a great evening. Ronald Pittman made $80 during the webinar. That's awesome. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.